Okay, so this is what's inside the box. You get an I/O shield. You get 2 SATA 3 cables. I've got mil clips on them, so make sure they stays in. It stays in. You got a quick start guide and a user guide. The user guide is probably worth reading, and you get a support disc. It's got a little sticker as well. The support disc has all the drivers in it. To get the latest and greatest drivers, though, you probably want to download them online beforehand on a previous computer, put them on a USB stick, and then install them that way. Let me stop myself right there. This motherboard is a Micro ATX. The reason it is because of the chassis that I have, where it's so small. You have to have either an M Micro ATX or a Mini ITX. So here's the motherboard. Let's get straight into it. So here's where you put the memory. The 2 blue ones are the first channel. That's where you want to put your memory if you're using 2 sticks. I'm using 2 sticks. I'm using 2 4 gigabyte ones. There's the 20 pin connector, and there's the other 4 pin connector. This right here, LPT, is for if you have a printer or not, and there is the memory OK switch. Let's see what's on this side. You got the 5 SATA 3 cables, and this is where you put all the front connectors, so like the power switch, restart switch, hard drive, LED, and whatnot. You've got the USB 2.0 ports there. You got a heatsink. I think that's for the integrated graphics, and you got another heatsink there. I'm not sure what that one's for. This is the PCIe Express for the graphics card. This one's the ×16 one. It's also 2.0, so it's got a greater rate of transfer. Is there anything else on this side? These ones are the PCIe ×1. This is for like audio cards, but we don't really need it because it's got built-in audio. And wireless, if you've got a wireless card as well, that's where you plug in. Let me turn it around to the front so you can see the I/O ports. Right, so that one right there is the PS2. That's for keyboard or mouse. You got 2 USB 2.0s, an optical audio, HDMI, VGA, DVI. Top 2 are USB 2.0s, and the bottom one is external SATA. You got your LAN port, USB 3.0s, you can see there, and audio components. Let's go to this side. Here you have where you put the CPU. You just lift it up, you put it in. It only goes one way, so make sure you put it in the right way, and then what you do is you just clamp it down like that. It's nice and easy installation. There is the TPU switch. I'll go into that in a little bit more detail. You got the CPU fan on the left and the power fan on the right, and here somewhere, yep, right there, you've got the chassis fan. Another switch is the core unlocker. Basically, what the core unlocker does is, with new processors, some of the cores work at full potential, and then some of the cores don't. What this does is unlocks all cores to work at their full potential. Let me go into a little bit more detail on the things I said I would, so bear with me. Alright, so the TPU, the Turbo V processing unit, this is basically what it does. If you want to give it a quick read over, basically it boasts that you get a 37% increase in performance, but it still stays at 81% energy saving. So I don't know, but that's what it says it does. You've got a core unlocker there, as you can see from the little picture. This one, that says it's got 6 cores but only 4 work, so it unlocks the other 2 cores. Hopefully, I'm running the 8 core one, so hopefully I can get all 8 cores running at their full potential. Other than that, if you want to pause them and give a quick read, the hybrid Crossfire X, that is between the integrated memory and the graphics card if you put it in. But if you put a graphics card in better than the integrated memory, it might cap it or like stop it from running as well as it could. So I wouldn't advise it, because most graphics cards nowadays are better than the integrated memory anyway. Any on this page? Nope. And on this page, I think this has got some that's worth reading. Yeah, there's the memory AOK one, if you want to run over that. Fan Expert, basically it's got like little thermostats inside and can calculate the temperature of stuff, so it runs fans at different speeds, which is pretty cool. There's the profiles I was talking about on the BIOS. That's about it. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, I've got more coming, so feel free to subscribe, and once again, thanks for watching. This is the installation of my motherboard. I did try and do this with one hand, but it wasn't successful, so I've already placed it in. Previous to installing the motherboard, you want to make sure the IO shield is attached. All you have to do, and this is like very important, is make sure the standoffs are all in the correct place. For my case, where it only fits a certain amount of boards, most of the standoffs were already in place. I only had to screw one in. Your case may be different. You may have to screw in all of the standoffs, and if this is true, make sure you put them all in the correct place, because if you don't, it could short the motherboard and blow it. So yeah, make sure they're all in place. Once all the standoffs in place, you want to push the motherboard as far forward as you can towards the IO port, and make sure all standoffs line up with the mount holes. Most of these screws here are all semi screwed in. I only have one left to do here to put in. When putting them in, you want to be as careful as you can. Sorry you can't really see this properly, but you want to be as careful as you can to try and not touch the board with the screw. Also, you don't want to touch the board with your hand either. So once it's in there, you just get a screwdriver. Again, try not to touch the board with the screwdriver, and you just screw all the screws in. You don't want to over tighten them, but you don't want to leave them too loose. So that's about it really. All you need to do is screw all screws on, and you're pretty much finished. Previous to installing the motherboard, you would want to install the CPU and the CPU fan, and also the RAM. I do have videos on these if you want to watch them. I'll try and put annotations on top of them. Yeah, so thanks for watching my video.